to be big. No, Walmart don't hire anybody. Absolutely anybody. Hey, can you fake a smile? Yeah, you're hired. Yeah, and RL fan in the chat room says they are overpaid, but they still do way more work than the owners. Absolutely. Listen, if the argument is whether or not athletes are overpaid, well, of course they're overpaid. Of course they are. I mean, they play games, and they make a lot of money to play games. But you have to look at it like this. They get paid money that we're willing to shell out. They wouldn't get paid that much money if we didn't pay that much money for tickets, that much money for hats, for shirts, for keychains, jerseys, towels. I mean, we buy and we consume everything that they give us. You know, we willingly shell out, $9 a piece for beers at ballparks and things like that. We willingly do this. But then we come home and say, oh, God, this guy's complaining that he's not getting $9 million instead of $6 million, so he's overpaid. Babe, it's like, hey, we pay their money. If we want athletes to be paid more fairly, we have to refuse their product. We have to refuse their prices. Anyway, we have to collectively stop eating up everything they sell us at the price they give us, because it allows them to make the money they make. I mean, we're the ones doing that. We're the ones giving them the money that we say they don't deserve to make. And we'll sit there in our jerseys with our beers and the stands and call somebody overpaid and spoiled. Meanwhile, we're just feeding into their salary. So it's funny how that works out. We're willing to call them spoiled and overpaid, but we are certainly not willing to refuse their product. We will buy it up all day. We buy little trinkets in gas stations. We buy, coffee mugs, Elwood says, everything. Look at all the stuff Elwood has just of the Colts. Like, Elwood has personally paid the Indianapolis Colts franchise probably what, Elwood? $9,000? I know that's not that's not enough to even pay one salary, but you think about it, Elwood's one of like a million people like him, so it's, you know what I mean? We pay this money. We do it. And if you think about it, I know like $14 million is way too much money for anyone to spend in 1 year, but at the same time, what these athletes do, at least the ones that go about it the right way, what they do to keep their bodies in elite physical condition, and what they do to keep their bodies in shape to perform with the top athletes around the world. Because here in America, with every sport with the exception of soccer, we have the world's best. We do. We have the world's best football players, world's best basketball players, baseball players, and hockey players. We have the world's best athletes here in our country. They all come here to play. And to be able to perform at that level and to stay at that level takes a kind of self-discipline that you or I will never know. Think about that. Think about the kind of shape you have to stay in to compete at that level. Well, RL fan says, but getting all your gym memberships free plus personal trainers makes it a lot easier. Okay, but even if it wasn't free, they could afford them. But listen, that's all great and fine. You cannot get personal trainers or gym memberships. You can get some free weights at your house. You can get some stuff at your house. And you can exercise every day. I know, at one point in my life, I dropped 30 pounds in like a 2-month span. Exercising every day and eating right. All right, I've since put a little bit of that weight back on because I don't have the kind of willpower or self-discipline to keep that up always. Always. I have to have a cheeseburger sometimes. I have to have cheese fries every now and then. I need a rack of ribs sometimes. And, other times when I should be exercising or working out, burning off some of the calories and fat that I've consumed, instead, you know what I do? I kick up my recliner and play video games. You know what? I do, like, and I have a lot of self-discipline. I do well. I quit smoking cold turkey. After 10 years, I just stopped one day. No more. 10 years of a pack and a half a day. Heavily addicted. I just stopped. I have self-discipline. I don't have the kind that would allow me to do what these guys do. I mean, and so you really, really think about what they have to do to stay at that level. Until then, you can't really appreciate. I mean, it's truly exceptional. Most people aren't capable of that. They're just not.